Right then guys, we have some big developments in the zombies community. I've got the Gaming Revolutions channel on here. We are going to be checking out a video of his today. I am going to react to a couple more of these as well because his content is actually fire. And he is a very reliable source for gathering leaks and all that sort of information for the Call of Duty Zombies universe. He has been very reliable. So without further ado, we are going to get into this video. We are halfway in the video.
Obviously,
there is only this half which I care about really, zombies related. All this bit here. So we are going to be checking out this last 8 minutes of footage. So let's get into it.
we are going to be seeing Eddie at some point within the DLC as well. Since both Eddie and Sam entered this new universe, he's obviously now going to be grown up. And I have a feeling like Eddie could be working for a mega group. We do see this unknown character stalking Samantha in The-Amazing-Spider-Zac's intro cutscene in Berlin. This character then follows her in a car. And I feel like this character is in fact Eddie. It looks quite similar to him and he's trying to hide his face as if she might know his identity. Anyways, the next map that is teased on The-Amazing-Spider-Zac's intro cutscene.
I said this ages ago. I reckon Rick Toten will return, but it will obviously be that version of him which did survive and not get banished to the dark ether.
Is in fact Berlin. Now we see another map of Berlin within the menu for Black Ops Cold War Zombies as well. Now I think the reason as to why the Berlin map is within your creator class menu for zombies is because your operators for Requiem are being sent into Moscow from Berlin. I think that's the base of operations for Requiem, and that is where they are providing them, obviously with the field upgrades, the weapons, etc. After all, as I was saying within The-Amazing-Spider-Zac's intro cutscene, Samantha is within Berlin.
So, this is going to lead on to the Kino the Toten map. People think we're just going to get a full-blown Kino remake. No. Is it going to be like Nakta and Toten's remake with D-Machine, Nakta and Toten being the centre of the map, and then having a bigger plot twist underneath the map? No. I think we are purely going to get, similar to what we see Samantha in here now, just a nice German high street, and they're going to slot Kino in the back corner or something. It's not going to be major. It might not even be the whole of Kino the Toten. I came up with a theory with a few of the boys the other day, saying that it might only just be the spawn room of Kino and the alleyway. That's it. That's all we might get. We don't know. It might not even be the whole of Kino the Toten. So let's crack on.
So it seems like maybe Berlin could be a base of operations for Requiem, and maybe Omega are going to be attacking Requiem or something like that, because it seems like, obviously, Die Maschine, the Vietnam map, and also the Ural Mountains are all going to be Omega locations. So maybe the script could be flipped with Berlin, where...
Another thing quickly as well. He just mentioned about the Ural Mountains then. Now, Summit, the multiplayer map, we had to solve loads of ciphers for Pawn Takes Pawn on there, and they got us to jump back into Black Ops 4. So far, Summit hasn't been mentioned throughout the whole of multiplayer, campaign, nothing. What if one of the zombies maps, is actually Summit? That would be a pretty tasty zombies map, I'm just saying. Try out, you know what to do. You know what to do, bud.
It's a Requiem location. Now, we don't really know much information regarding this Berlin map just yet, to be honest. There's not really much intel about it or Easter eggs within the game. Now, on this computer screen in the menu, you can see a red dot. And a huge thank you to one unknown player over on Twitter, but he managed to...
This gets pretty fucking crazy. Just watch this now.
Pinpoint exactly where this red dot leads to, and it leads directly to this building that you can see on screen. And guess what? If we go all the way back in the day to Kino the Toten, yes, that is right. This exact building can be seen just outside of the map. So what this...
Coincidence? I think not. One thing that he doesn't mention in this video as well, which I'm about to say, that mission where you play as, I think it's Mason and Adler, or Bal and Adler, I can't remember, in the campaign. It's quite early on, it's about 4 or 5 missions in, you go to Eastern Germany. And that's where you find the zombies crafting table from Transit and Dr. Monty's gobblegum machine in that side room on that campaign mission. Now, do I think that was just an Easter egg in itself, or that's an Easter egg with a meaning behind it? I don't know. But I'm going to go down the route and say it's an Easter egg with a meaning. Why pick Black Ops 3? Why a Gobblegum machine when they could have picked something out of Black Ops 4, one of their more recent titles? Yes, we know Black Ops 3 had more of a long-lasting effect and more replayability than Black Ops 4 did. Could they be hinting at a Black Ops 3 Zombies Chronicles map or a Black Ops 3 map returning at all? I don't think it would be any of the main storyline maps like The Rise and Drac, Zetsubo, Garod or Rev. I don't think it's any of those, or Shadows. I think they were on it could be a hint of one of the maps that was added in Chronicles. So we've got Kino, we've got Shang, we've got Moon, Origins, and then you've got like Nact and that, which they've already done, all your World at War maps as well. So I have a feeling it could be one of the maps that they brought. I don't think it would be Origins. It can't be Origins. But Kino is by far one of the better options. And I wouldn't even be surprised if they went as far and did an Ascension map, you know. Cold War, America and Russia trying to get to space first. Like, come on. Ascension would be a pretty good map that they could, like, do something with.
This means is that the Berlin Zombies map is literally going to be set directly where Kino the Toten is. So I am very confident that this...
I didn't even know this, actually. This is something I found out pretty, like... Actually, I found this out today when I watched the video. I knew a lot of the Call of Duty Zombies storyline and places are based on real locations. I did not know Kino the Toten was based on a real theatre. This looks fucking awesome. Check this out.
Pretty much 100% confirms that Kino the Toten is going to be a part of this Berlin.
How sick is that?
Rumoured to release in Season 4, but that could be subject to change. So I guess it's going to be just like Die Maschine, where Nagderon Toten is a tiny part of that map, but the rest of the map is brand new. I'm assuming it's going to be the same here, where Kino the Toten is a tiny part, however we can now explore the entire city of Berlin.
Boom.
We'll be able to walk down the city streets and explore a bunch of places that we didn't before. However, Kino the Toten wasn't the only zombies map that we have seen in the past set in Berlin. Obviously, we have the asylum facility, aka Verruckt. And the in real life location of Verruckt, the Wittenau Sanatorium, is located just streets away from this building. So it is very well possible that both Kino the Toten and Verruckt are going to be a part of this Berlin zombies map. Now the thing is, there has been some recent audio found within the files of the game, and it sounds...
This gets awesome. Like, I'm not even joking now. This is probably one of the more favourite and key parts to all this being true as well.
It's like some sort of cassette player, and it plays about 5 seconds from the 115 Easter egg song from Kino the Toten, and...
Now tell me now that that's not coming back, but the next two...
Also, a lullaby from a dead man, the Easter egg song on Verruckt.
Now the last one.
So it seems like this could potentially be an unsolved Easter egg within the game, or something releasing in the future that is going to tease the return of Kino the Toten and Verruckt. Now, if they are going to be having this Berlin Zombies map, like I talked about earlier, maybe Kino the Toten and also Verruckt could be released as their own separate survival maps. If there are going to be some seasons where we don't get a main zombies map, that would be a great way to supplement new maps in addition to new zombies modes. And also the intro cutscene of Die Maschine, where we don't get a main zombies map, that would be a great way to supplement new maps in addition to new zombies modes. And also the intro cutscene of Die Maschine, where Samantha is in Berlin, is set very close to Kino the Toten. I think this would be a great zombies map to explore the storyline of Samantha and Eddie. I feel like this map might be quite heavy in storyline due to the significance of Kino the Toten. I wonder if we could have a Dark Ether broken version of the Thundergun for this map.
We can only pray. We can only pray. But I'm just saying, the Die Shockwave, yes, it was fun at launch, but after playing the game for over 48 hours of game time, 2 solid days, doesn't fascinate me. The Die Shockwave, in my opinion, is not one of the worst wonder weapons we've had, but the higher rounds and the effort you have to go through to upgrade it to get the 4 different elemental versions, it's not worth it. I don't think it's as good as whip out a thunder gun out of the box, pack a punch it to a Zeus cannon, and you're fine. The Die Shockwave, it's okay. It's a good wonder weapon. It's unique. But is it unique really? Because all it basically is like a paralyzer / jet gun. You suck him in to fill up with ammo, and you get points and him. And then as a main attack, it can just shoot out like a thunder gun. It's almost like Treyarch are running out of ideas for wonder weapons. Like, come on.
If we are going to be seeing Kino as a part of it. I would rather us see original wonder weapons though, but I wouldn't put it past them to do this. Okay, so last but certainly...
One thing, if they do add the thunder gun, and they do slightly change how the thunder gun works, I don't know how they would change it, but they might do. It would be interesting to see the thunder gun's appearance change, but keep its functionality very similar. So, like, we've got the Pack-a-Punch. However, it looks like it's been blown open, and now there's this part which you have to find on the machine in the centre of it, this big, like, round device. Now, if we did something like that with the thunder gun, where the end of the thunder gun was, like, blown open, and it had, like, pure... It shot, like, instead of thunder gun, it was, like, the dark ether gun or something, and it shot blasts of, like, dark ether energy. That would be interesting. That would be a wonder weapon that I'm happy to dabble with. That would be pretty fun, I reckon.
Not least, as he just stated, there is audio within the files of the game for the Easter egg song from Kino, the Toten and Verruckt. Now, I will leave a link to a video down below that plays that audio, but the final song that has been found is, yes, that is right, Beauty of Annihilation, the Easter egg song from the...
Hold on, right. I just want to point something out here. Why the fuck is he on last gen? He definitely has Black Ops 3. He was just playing it on Verruckt then in Kino. Why is he recording last gen footage of... I don't know. Baffles me.
Reise / the Giant. So it seems like potentially the other Zombies map is in fact going to be a Reise remake. Now we've seen Reise a handful of times, but we have two with Nakda Untoten. But once again, it's probably going to be similar to D-Machine, in which Nakda Untoten is a tiny part of the map, the rest of the map is brand new. They could open up the Reise facility so it is much larger, just like before we made...
Or, they do that, they make it larger. Maybe open up Maxis's office, maybe the underground section in the spawn room as a viable door. I'm all good for that, yeah, I'm all good for that. Now, do you know what would be interesting? The real-life not Kino the Toten, the real-life Reise factory is obviously knocked down. However, the fly trap is still there. Now, maybe they give us a map just before the factory got knocked down, and it's kind of like D-Machine, where, like, like, if you look at the factory in Black Ops 3 and any version or iteration of Reise, it feels like the zombie outbreak has only just happened there. Yes, there's some barrels on fire trying to keep people warm and all that lovely stuff, as we can see here. But the factory, in the most part, looks like a pretty normal factory. Now, what would be interesting to see, interesting, that was weird, is this place abandoned, completely abandoned, and spray painted up just like D-Machine with Nakda and Toten. I really do like the whole idea of, like, leaving it to ravers and, like, 80s like hippies and stuff like that, finding abandoned places and session and partying in them. I do really love that feel, like the spray painting in Nakda. I can definitely say, yes, that nobody really wants Nakda and Toten to be separated from D-Machine as a new mode and you just survive in the Nakda and Toten portion of the map, yes. However, do I feel that would be one of the better iterations of Nakda and Toten that we've ever had? Potentially, yes. I do like the aesthetic that they've gone for and the colour scheme and the palette and all that. I really do think it is really beautiful. And if they did that throughout other maps, like I said to my brother, I'd love to see Kino to Toten all abandoned like Nakda and Toten and spray painted and lathered up with stuff like that and a bit of like moss growing from the roof and stuff like that, yes. But the reality of it is, that's in central Germany. That building ain't going to be spray painted up and boarded up and all that sort of stuff. It's going to be knocked down and refurbished. So, We can only hope.
May see some sort of Dark Ether broken version of the Wonderwaffe DG2. However, like I said before, I would rather see an original Wonder Weapon. Now,
or we could get something like the Wonderwaffe DG5 and these new elemental gods that we've been seeing on round 46 in the Dark Ether. It shoots something like, I don't know, a power of theirs or something. This is what they need to do. They need to start coming up with story-driven... Because they've made a really good foundation with D-Machina, and they can definitely, they can tell. I mean, it's the only map we've had so far, granted. The ending of the map, pretty shit, not gonna lie. Bring back actual cutscenes, like we've got, like the cutscene with Samantha and Weaver at the start when you open up zombies for the first time. The ending cutscenes need to be like that. Come on.
Once again, we do not have confirms that we are going to be heading to Reise. We practically have confirms that we will be heading to Berlin and Kino de Toten because of the fact that the map literally points to it, and we have practically confirmed that we are going to be heading to the Euro Mountains. But right now, I've not really seen any teasers within the game pointing towards Reise set in Breslau, Germany, but I think that this is very compelling evidence that we will be going there. And there was also a user on the official Call of Duty Discord that posted a bunch of information ages ago that ended up turning out to be correct, including images before the reveal trailer, and most of what he said ended up being correct. And he said that there was a map that was being worked on codenamed Giant, so I do think that this giant map could in fact be
I can also vouch for this. I have also seen that leak as well.
Reise. I'm wondering if what...
Also, I just remembered something. I don't know if it's true. I will go into Black Ops 3 and have a look, but I'm pretty sure in the Reise, there is a signpost on a wall, kind of like an American like street sign saying, like, I don't know, Shelby Avenue or something like that, or like some sort of close, or like Rodeo Drive, like those classic green like road name signs. There's one of those slapped on the outside of the Reise on a wall somewhere, and I don't know if I'm right or not, but it says D-Machine on it, which obviously means the machine. Now, whether that means the teleporter, could the particle accelerator room in D-Machine actually be the Russians' attempt of making a their own version of a teleporter, but instead they just managed to get into the Dark Ether? I don't know. We'll have to find out. Because D-Machine, we know Nakta and Toten was a Nazi bunker. We also know that the base underneath it was also a Nazi bunker as well. Because Weaver says it in a few audio lines, so does Dr. Strauss, all of them, like. And then the Russians inhabited it. So really, it could have been... D-Machine could have actually been the first ever teleporter. Or, it's a multiverse jumper.
If this map is going to be set within the Dark Ether, because I'm really hoping that one of the DLC maps will be physically set in the Dark Ether.
Oh my god, that dog looks so bad. What the hell? Oh, get off last gen. Why is he like...
entire time instead of us...
Look at the font. Like, look at that font on the points. That is ugly. What the perks? Those are Black Ops 2 perk logos, I'm pretty sure. With some weird blue metallic border. That's horrible.
Jumping in and out of the Dark Ether like we do on D-Machina. But yeah, I'm wondering, since obviously the Origins robots were being made at the Reise facility, and we do have these giant elder gods that we see on D-Machina, and thanks to Advance for this close-up footage. And
oh, fucking advert.
these are these giant mutated creatures that are formed within the Dark Ether, and I'm wondering if they could replace the Origins robots, and they could be wandering around the map, and I think it would fit perfectly with Reise, because obviously the map is called the Giants, and if we are going to be heading here again, the new Giants could be the Elder Gods, which leads me to believe that maybe this map is going to be set within the Dark Ether just because of this fact. Now, thanks to Magua over on Twitter, but if we have a look at at the model of this giant creature, we can see that it's literally made up of bodies. It looks very creepy and really reminds me of the Final Reich's boss fight that was similarly made up of dead body parts. So basically it seems like all of these lost souls within the Dark Ether have started to corrupt and merge together, and it has formed the Elder Gods. And similarly, obviously Victis were sent into the Dark Ether on Tagged the Toten. So technically speaking, since they've been in there for so long, Victis could literally now be a part of these giant monsters, the Elder Gods. Now once again, if it is correct that we will be seeing Der-Riese as a part of this map, then I really do think that maybe this could be the climax in which we see Kravchenko if he is going to be one of the antagonists within the game, and also they could release Der-Riese as its own survival map too. So yeah, potentially this giant map per se, whatever it ends up being called, could be the climax. It could be DLC 4. Of course, we don't really know the exact map order for the DLC, but right now in game they are mainly teasing at the Vietnam Zombies map and the Ural Mountain Zombies map. Anyways, that is everything I wanted to talk about within today's video, so hopefully I have covered everything surrounding the DLC.
So, that now concludes what I wanted to show you on this video.
Maps.
Let me close that. Right. So we know Kino the Toten could potentially be coming. There's an awful lot of evidence suggesting so. The Vietnam Zombies map is based on the campaign mission, basically Cold War's version of Taking the Hind, where you've got to protect that fire base or whatever it's called. I don't know. The campaign was just terrible. But yeah. To be fair, do you know what? Cold War Zombies, I said to my mates, this has the potential to be the greatest Call of Duty ever. Multiplayer, with classic maps like Nuketown and stuff like that. Zombies, which is finally fixed. Fuck Black Ops 4 Zombies, that they've actually taken a bit of a step back, but also a step forward. Warzone, I mean, I'm not a fan of Warzone. I think it's one of the shittest battle royales that has ever been made. Which is really weird, because Call of Duty is my favourite franchise, but Call of Duty and Battle Royale should have never... It's more like that, not that. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah. It could potentially be the greatest Call of Duty that's ever happened, but is it heading that way? Unfortunately, no. Like, the campaign wasn't the greatest. I've heard lots of people enjoyed it with the multiple endings, the 3 different endings, but either way, it felt too short. So, you know, can they put it back? I mean, you can't really do nothing to campaign. Multiplayer, you can improve. Warzone, you can improve. And Zombies, you can improve. And let's be fair, Treyarch has never been really fond of their campaigns. I mean, Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4's campaigns were actually shocking. I mean, they were shocking. I mean, Black Ops 4 with Taylor, that weren't too bad, actually. Because now I know the meaning behind that campaign. That was a very good campaign, now I think about it. Seeing Taylor's eyes flash before his eyes, I really do like that. But anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. Go check out the Gaming Revolution's channel. I am going to leave a link in the top of the description. It'll be the first link you come across. Subscribe to him. He is brilliant. But yeah, like, subscribe, all the good stuff, and I will see you in a minute. Sweet.